So on today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can do a quick and easy EGR delete mod on a Ford Ranger. Now I'm not going to be discussing how to remove the whole EGR system on the Ranger. It's more so just about this pipe here, which is the one that pumps the gases into the intake manifold. And I'm mostly going to be focusing just on this pipe here today, and that's what I'm going to be discussing and how to modify that in order so you can do that EGR delete. So one of the things that you're going to need to do this modification is just your standard EGR blanking kit. So your kit normally comes with two of these blanking plates. One goes on the exhaust side here. The other one, which is this one here, normally people blank the other side of the EGR cooler with this, but I'm going to show you today that you can use it for another purpose, which is to do an EGR delete mod. So after removing the throttle body part and also the lower intake manifold, this is basically what we're left with. And if we have a look inside how Ford have designed their exhaust gas recirculation, we can actually see that inside there, I'm hoping that I can get a pretty good angle of that. The standard EGR setup is actually quite a big restriction there, that it blocks actually 30 to 40% of the actual flow that the intake manifold would normally flow. But the good news is this is actually quite easy to remove. So as you can see, there's just two 8mm bolts here. And I'll try to throw up a picture of it on the actual screen of where these actually bolt up. And essentially where they sit is right next to the EGR valve. So it's just two 8mm bolts, quite easy to get to and quite easy to undo. So once you undo those, all you have to do is basically just undo the two 8mm bolts that sit on the top, which is one there, and also one on the other side, which is that one there, and that'll come straight out, and you're left with this here. Now I do have videos on how to remove all this piping on my channel with other videos, so I'll throw a link up in the description, so if you're interested in to find out how this pipe here actually comes off, you can check out my video. So when you've got this here removed, it's quite simply just a matter of just grabbing some black RTV, running a bead of silicone all the way along that sort of lip there that you can see. So yeah, just your silicone all the way around there, give it a nice thick coat. And then all you do is you grab your blanking plate that I showed earlier, and as you can see, that is a perfect fit to blank that off and have that so your EGR is now deleted. There we go. And that is your EGR now deleted. So what I recommend you do is let that sit sort of overnight in a position kind of like this. Just get something to support it. And what that does, it allows that silicone to sort of settle along the bottom, and the gravitational pressure will actually push it down, so it forms a pretty good seal around that intake. So you're probably asking yourself, well, does this modification actually work, and will it cause a boost leak or anything like that? Well, the good news is I've actually been road testing this modification on my own Ford Ranger, as you can see here. And I can confirm that for the last 6 months, I've not had any issues whatsoever. It's been boosting fine. It is perfectly sealed up and working as it should be without the big restriction in the intake.